Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Sunday, January 11th, 2026. In this video, we're going to ask a couple of questions about not only an upcoming production that's getting some publicity, but one of the people involved with this. I'll explain as we go. First of all, shout out to one of my viewers, Marisa, who asked me to look into this topic and started the ball rolling on the project. Although I think I probably went in a direction she hadn't quite anticipated when I started doing research. But again, thank you, Marissa, for the idea. And let's see what I came up with. First of all, I've been speaking about, as you probably know if you looked at my thumbnail, an upcoming FX series that's open starting later this month called The Beauty. And it stars Ashton Kutcher as an entrepreneur and creator of a company that has a product that an injection of it infers someone with instant beauty. And let's take a look at one of the, first of all, let's take a look at one of the trailer images for this series because I found something rather disturbing. I want to see if you see it too, and maybe you can help me discover a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So let me go to my first share screen. We have this image here that's used prominently in the publicity shots for this series. And as I got to looking at it closer, it looks to me as if right in here on the bottom lip, there is text. And to me, it says either I'm or be dead. And there may be more. I couldn't tell if this was, I don't have specialized equipment to enlarge and enhance, but some of you out there might. And you might see it, like I said, very clearly. I see a DEAD right there for sure, but it looks like there's more going on. And we know that sometimes we get our implied consent is derived from us when we take in media. So this is a good time to remind you that even if you choose to watch this show, be sure to say you give no consent to having your energy make that or the content of that show become part of our reality or reality as we know it. Okay, so that's that's the Laura's View part of it because we have to learn to be wise with our energy and wise with our words because our ignorance has been taken advantage of too many times throughout human history. Now, the other images that are associated with this upcoming series include pictures of the injectables and the apparatus for them. I'm speaking carefully. I don't want to have any problems with one of my platforms that I put content on. So let me take you to that image and we'll look at that real quick. But again, on these I didn't see text, but I really wanted you to look at that image with the mouth because I think something more is going on there. So here is, hang on, I need to back up. Here is one of the images that I took from the trailer showing a red substance and then a picture showing the apparatus for injecting that substance. And then we had some other images that showed Ashton Kutcher. He is, again, one of the people in this series. And I honestly did not recognize the man. He has changed so much since the 70s show. And I think he's aware of that because I will have a link in the comments there. He actually tries, he has a history of getting out ahead of rumors and publicity. You know, in I think it was 2008, he mentioned on one of his social media posts that he had talked extensively with a CIA agent. And then when chatter started that maybe he was a CIA asset, he got out ahead of it with an image of himself holding a CIA mug. I don't know, maybe they make mugs for the agency. I don't know. I'm not associated with them. But I'll take you to those real quick. And again, I'll have some links for that also. Another time that, and that would explain why he's had this kind of charmed life. And even though a girlfriend was found dead, he was simply only used to, taking it as word that he only knocked on the door and that helped him establish time of death. So just, kind of a golden child. There's also all of his work with and his advocacy for stopping child trafficking. But there's been alt media chatter that, like so many of these projects and programs, the exact opposite of what they say they're doing may be what's going on. And I just wondered about that, man, to the point that we're going to do two reads here today. We really are. First one we're going to do is just asking if this is a soft reveal. For the normies that still don't follow alt media chatter at all, that have no idea of what we refer to for censorship issues, the party substance. Is it to start to familiarize them and get them ready for it? Or just the opposite? Are they trying to normalize it so we'll accept it and it can continue? So let's see what the universe wants us to know about that. And then I want to know, since there is such a huge, huge difference in the Ashton Kutcher in this film and the one that we've seen throughout the years from the 70s show on, is this a 2.0? Has the man been replaced? Which would kind of give a nod to the fact that, yeah, he was involved in shenanigans and has been consequenced. And it would also explain why he's trying to get out ahead of some of this image discussion, because on the 8th of this month, January 8th, he was contributed to an article that talked about plastic surgery. So let's do a couple of those little shares real quick and then we'll get into the read, okay? Hang on with me. I'm not trying to be disjointed. I'm just trying to bring two very separate things together for the purpose of this video. Okay, so the first share, it seems like the picture of Ashton Kutcher with his CIA mug has been scrubbed from the internet pretty well. I found it though, and here it is for your um, viewing entertainment. And again, I think this may have been his way of getting out ahead of some rumors. The reason I showed you that picture in isolation, when I take you to the Mother Jones article that talks about this, it's been scrubbed from Instagram, at least from the original link. So let's real quick look at that article, and there will be a link to it in the video description box. Okay, from 2021. Ali Breland said, I am simply asking if Ashton Kutcher is a CIA asset. And he goes into talking about how in 2009, he spent the afternoon picking the brain of a former CIA guy. It really makes you wonder if anything you come in contact with is not manipulated. Well, that's a wise thought. And then here was where the picture was with him in the cup, and it's no longer available. That's why I provided it to you. So again, you can read that article if you'd like to. And then I'm also going to show you the article from the 8th of this month where Ashton seems to be getting out ahead of some chatter that his looks are more dramatically changed than could probably be explained simply by plastic surgery. I think he's getting out ahead of something, but we'll see if the universe confirms that. Just a second. So the article you'll also have a link to in the video description box is this one. It's from Yahoo News. Ashton Kutcher calls out Hollywood's weird plastic surgery rules. And again, I think he might be getting out ahead of something, and the tarot is absolutely great for those kind of questions and answers. So let's do that. First of all, I want to honor Marisa's original inquiry, and she wanted to know, is this series that's coming out some sort of a soft reveal? Or is there something else going on? So we'll have a yes or no element to it. The second read, we're going to ask if the Ashton Kutcher that's in this series and in Hollywood and seen is he a 2.0? Let's see what the universe wants to know about that. Okay, so for the first read about the series, I'm going to switch camera. We'll work with the cards together and find out the answer. Is this series that's starting in a couple weeks, The Beauty, FX series, and I believe it's on Hulu also, is it actually a form of soft reveal? I wouldn't be surprised to get a yes on this. We've had some indications recently that the CIA has had a cleanup, and I could see where some of those assets of the agency might be used for soft reveals for things like that. So let's see, is there a soft reveal going on plus additional insights and information? Okay, our first card is the Five of Swords. Then we have the Two of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands, Three of Cups. This is the classic party substance indicator when any type of question involves that party substance that we're talking about. Boom. Okay, near future, we have the Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Interesting variety here. You'll notice that we don't have a single major arcana. Okay, so that tells me that either there's more information, which is kind of indicated here with the Four of Swords out there about this, or it's just not a time to have it all be revealed, which again could be from this. But let's see what we do have. Okay, so it looks like this series has had some, it's been an uphill battle getting it on. It does seem to be a white hat type of endeavor. And the purpose, again, does seem to be not so much normalizing that party substance, but raising awareness and belief in it so that then you can say, and because of this, we had to take this action, that action, etc. And that's kind of confirmed here with the Two of Wands, which talks about looking at things in a new way and a path that's going to be different than what it's been in the past. Now, the near future, we have the Four of Swords, which usually tells me there's some confidential information to what I've been inquiring about in this video, and I respect that. I won't dig deeper. But that the series is going to be a success, and the soft reveal aspect of it is going to be very successful, indicated here by the Ten of Cups. The Nine of Swords just says if we're worried about it, as far as the normalization, don't worry about it. That's not really what the issue is going on with this. I'm going to pull some additional cards to see if we get that yes, even though it's kind of indicated here, boom, with the Three of Cups that raising awareness is part and parcel of this, and there's a really good and valid reason for it. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, Victory card, white hats, Temperance. Now we're getting our major arcanas for the near future, and then the Five of Pentacles. So lots of layers to this going on, guys. Lots of it. Just trust me on this. We've got the Four of Pentacles saying that this is one of several projects that are going to be coming out, all designed again to, like it or not, raise awareness and belief among the normies of things we've discussed and worried about and wanted to do something about in the alt media and awake communities for so long. The and it's going to be a teamwork type of thing. I like that. We got a teamwork card showing up here with Temperance, and some people are going to willingly, as always, the choice to know will be theirs. Some people will turn away from the information, and some people will accept it. So it's going to be, yes, it is a soft reveal type of thing. Marissa, your original question was valid. It wasn't so much that they had to tell us so that they could get some implied consent to continue. It's all about raising awareness and belief in this industry and the fact that this industry needs to be stopped. I got so many intuitive hits or downloads on that read. It's amazing. Recap the issue at hand. We were asking if this FX series that's opening later this month or starting later this month is actually a soft reveal. And we got a yes embedded in the cards, not a hard yes with the ace. It was interesting. It looks like the projects had some we mentioned that it might be a three-letter agency, a cleaned up three-letter agency project. It looks like that post cleanup, there may be something to that. And yes, it is all about having people understand it is a metaphor for that party substance, what they're talking about here, the dangers of it, the addiction ability of it, etc. The fact that garnering it in real life for the other substance involves trauma and even passing from the earthly plane. So that was kind of interesting. When we got into the near future, it just talked about, yeah, a victory card showed up and a teamwork. It looks like again, the it's a white hat project, and the purpose is again not to get implied consent at all, which you have control over, remember, but to raise awareness into this industry that is very, very real in real life and raise belief in it because it's been, it's been just brushed off by the mainstream for far too long. So this will work for that. Now, the second part of my read, the fact that Ashton Kutcher is so different in appearance, and then he has been in the past. I wondered, is he a 2.0? Is this a 2.0? And if so, maybe why? But let's just ask for this one. I will do a 5 card read on it, and we'll see what the universe wants us to know about is the person seen in the public eye in this series endeavor, the beauty, is this Ashton Kutcher 2.0 plus additional insights and information. Won't be as in-depth as the first read, but it's enough that we might get some interesting information. Let's find out for kicks and giggles, okay? What's going on with Ashton? Okay, my curiosity was piqued when I saw that Ashton Kutcher has done a very recent article about the double standard for plastic surgery in Hollywood. And I thought possibly what's going on is he's going to try to have plastic surgery be the stated reason for such a dramatic change in his personal appearance. So, and it may be, I'm not a plastic surgeon, so I'm not sure. But what I want to know, and I want to know it via a 5 card draw, is the Ashton Kutcher that we see in this series, The Beauty, the one seen in the public eye, is this actually a 2.0, a replacement, a stand-in, etc., whatever stripe or variety it might be, plus additional insights and information. The 5 cards are going to be our basic answer, a clarifier, hidden influences, um, also interesting to keep your thoughts open to, and then keep your focus on. So a couple of peek aheads and advice going on too. You can pack a lot into 5 cards, guys. Okay, our answer, justice. Yeah, he's a 2.0. Okay, the Hierophant. Okay, we got a couple major arcanas here. Okay, another one, the Tower for the Hidden Influence. Oh, I'm sorry, but anybody that gets consequenced, um, this emphatically um, was up to no good and deserves whatever we see. Okay, we have the 2 of Wands here, or Swords here, and then our final card, we got a hard yes with the Ace of Wands. So yeah, look at this, 3 major arcanas and an ace. So the Ashton Kutcher that is in Hollywood, participating in that series, the Beauty is a 2.0 as a result of justice at the hands of, looks like a tribunal, okay? Brought down a whole lot of, he also, he's, like I said, he's been involved with organizations that were supposed to be about ending um, uh, trafficking, etc., for little ones and stuff. And it looks like possibly more was going on than that. The here's where we get into the advice, the keep your focus on, that it wouldn't hurt to also be aware of, first of all, that there's more information out there. We'll get more reveals as time goes on. Number one, this isn't all of it. And again, but it's enough. We got the hard yes here. Keep your focus on Ace of Wands, just indicating a hard yes in action. So yeah, he's one of many that's been consequenced, and in some way. But since this is a 2.0, looks like we have a stand-in for him. The original has gone on to being consequenced one way or the other. So The second read was very interesting. Just pulled five cards and asked, is the person seen in the public eye is Ashton Kutcher, and the beauty is this 2.0 or some other type of individual, playing the part because he looks so different. Seems to be explaining those physical differences by means of plastic surgery, which may be true if someone's been, tweaked a little bit to resemble him, and this was as close as they could get it. The five cards, I'm going to show them all because they were so revealing. We have justice for the basic answer, saying, yeah, as a result of justice, he 1.0 was not available for this project. The Hierophant, just assuring us that those consequences had a legal base to them and foundation, and was a wise move on the part of them. The Hidden Influence, the Tower, I wouldn't be surprised to hear if he didn't have to have a quick fall involved with his consequencing. Okay. And then keep your focus on or your mind open to. We have the Two of Swords, just saying there's actually more information that may come out about him or associated people. So don't be surprised if that happens. And then our strong yes final card was the Ace of Wands. Also, it looks like to me intuitively, those lips that had the I'm dead may have had something to do not so much about the series, but Ashton Kutcher. So, who knows? The tarot does. But that's enough for today. Let's just keep it at speculation and I wonder, okay? Because that's what makes life exciting, being willing to consider things that are slightly outrageous. And that doesn't mean you believe them. It means your mind is open to considering the possibility. And that's always a good thing to have. And one last second reminder before I leave, guys, when we talk about media, whether it's media you see, or that you hear, or you listen to, or that you look at, remember, you have control of the energy that flows into those. And it is absolutely, I think it's imperative, but it's wise at a minimum to just say, I'm viewing this content, or I'm reading this book, or I'm watching this film, or I'm listening to this song, and I'm doing it for entertainment purposes or for educational purposes, but I in no way provide any consent for elements of this fiction to be part of my reality or continuing in our reality. So again, you can be really smart with that consent of yours, and you should. And that includes listening to me. Okay. Use your discretion. Listen to your gut. That's all what we call discernment, and it is vital. Absolutely vital. So if I lose a viewer because their discernment says I'm way off base, I'm fine with it. I'm happier that you're using your discernment than if you had stayed. I root for you that much as far as being a autonomous, sovereign, free thinker. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and going with me as we looked at two kind of separate things and to see if there was tie-ins, connections, and whoa, they were interesting, at least for me, and I hope they were for you. So until next time, which will be tomorrow when I do my collaboration looking at news items from the last week with Lady D. We'll see you tomorrow for that. And as always, if you're willing to accept it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Bye.